I'm here waiting at the post office. So the process that was told to me is that you have to get customs to okay your package. Now, truthfully, all I saw him do was look at it and he asked me, "Oh, is that all?" And I said yes, and that was it. And that was the customs. And then it moves over a window to the post office part. Now, I do this about 6 or 7 times a month because I have clients. I have clients that sometimes they order 100 pounds of shea butter. That's at most. So I have about 6 or 7 clients who order on a monthly basis. So, I have to come often. And it's only been one time that I've done shipping by boat, which takes longer, but it's much cheaper. So, it actually for this particular client is new. And it actually went sour really quickly because basically I had to give him a guesstimate of his shipping cost. So when I came, it was actually more. So I'm not in the business of, oh, well, it was done, so I'll make up the mistake for you. No, I will not do that because I'm in a place where it's just not reliable. And he is also in a place that's not reliable, but he decided to play the card like, oh, I didn't ask you for a discount. I didn't, I'm dealing with black people, black people with black people. So why don't you pay the extra? I'm like, no, the fuck I won't pay the extra. What I'll do is I'll give you exactly what your budget required of you, since you don't want to send extra money. I'll do exactly what your budget states, and I will send you the exact amount of what your budget can handle. So, of course, I got all these kind of guilt trip messages, and I'm just like, hey, about $80 more. So he gets less shea butter, but he will get his shea butter in the fashion of Ghana, and whatever time frame that is. Sometimes it takes people about a month to get their things, and sometimes it's taken about 2 months. So I have no idea what those factors are to determine why it takes longer, because it's the same service. But that's how it goes, and I'm at the mercy of them. So I have no other option but to go along with it. So right now I'm just kind of parlaying. I'm having me a drink setup. People have set their businesses up to serve drinks. They have envelopes. Yeah, there's a whole little mini market road here. Sitting here having a drink right now because it's a process. Last time I was here for 2 hours. So it's never fun. And it's not something you look forward to. Nothing in Ghana is customer service based. And each step that is broken down is because someone is receiving money from that. Exactly. You have the address?
Yeah.
So, just like in America, I mean, there really is no difference. It's just more raw here. There's no smooth, there's no fluidity to it. So, nobody stopped to think about, wait, we're going to have our customers waiting this long? Nobody gives a shit, for real. They know that you'll be back because they're really the only people that service the postal service. This one here, which is near Jamestown, which is an older area. And yeah, you have to come back. You don't have a choice. So it's service based on you don't have a choice. So therefore, you're going to do what the fuck we say, and you're going to pay the money. So that's it. So yeah, because where we are right now, it probably takes us about an hour to get here. So there are community post offices, but they don't really serve in the capacity of what you and I may be used to. Those smaller post offices will not take these items, and that is because they have to go through the customs side, which is to ask me the question of, do I have drugs located in this package? And of course, yeah, so when you are bringing your big heavy items, you have to come to one of the 2 locations. But the last time, like you saw in the video, the last time we did that, the place told us to come here, and the reason behind that was because they were saying that they don't have the equipment to check our item to see if there are drugs. Now, with so much talk about drugs, I just had to do a little investigation, because I'm like, yo, what's up with this talk about drugs? So what I got to the bottom of was basically that the talk about the drugs being put in the mail has happened about 10 times in 1 year. So, as a result, that means that it slows down everything. I mean, they're not able to respond to shit. What if you had even more than that? Like, you would just be you would be buried, because you wouldn't know how to handle it. So from those 10 people getting caught, it results in a more bureaucratic process that slows everything down. Because right now, even though we're in line and we're being helped, the person that's helping us, she seems to have other conversations going. People are coming by talking to her. It's like she at the house. She's at her house, and she's like, oh yeah, I do this on the side, which is being a postal worker. So her conversations seem to take precedence over completing the job. Now, many people will say, oh, well, you know, they don't get paid a lot. But no, they do. They get paid, because when you come, there's a scale. So there's a way to skim it all, you know, and there's a reason why the breakdown in the process gets so what they call chop money, you know, because the person that packed our box, that's not necessary. I could pack my own damn box. But that's a process you must go through in order to go to this post office. Because once it's approved that, oh yeah, there's no drugs in it, you know, these magical drugs, once that's approved, you have to go to the person to box it up for you. They get the box, they put it in the box, they make it look very neat. So you basically have a gifting service person, you know, to wrap up your item or items. And then you give them a tip. You decide what that tip is going to be. So you might give them 10 cedis, you might give them 5 cedis, which is 5 cedis is basically equivalent of about $1.20, $1.30 or so right now, just to give you a frame of reference. So the person wraps your stuff, and then you take it back to, you know, another window in order to get it scanned again. And then, you know, that's when you have to deal with this person's conversations, the side conversations that they're having. And I was speaking about the money side. From my understanding, they're working about 8 or 9 hours per day with no breaks. So I don't believe that, you know, human rights and job rights and all of that's not in effect here. And truthfully, the people's demeanor is really, really nice overall and very calm. And I don't ever see them trying to protest that, because if you protest it, you have nothing to rely upon. And, you know, people are trying to be so cityfied that they you know, they have no means of falling back on anything. So so now I have to go sign a piece of paper. The workers work about 8 or 9 hours per day, and from my understanding, they don't get breaks. So maybe that's the reason why the lady just keeps talking, and not really regarding, you know, the actual work that she is here to do. So it was explained to me actually just now that they don't get breaks. And so everything that they're doing, if you want to eat, you got to do it like a working lunch. You got to do it at that desk. And then if they walk away, usually they're the only person. And mind you, these are older people, the gentleman with the gray hair. So you could tell they've been here for a while. They've been at their job for a while. It's not like in America where we would hop from job to job. No, they've been here for a minute, and they won't leave. So you won't see a lot of young people here at this particular post office because jockeying for that position. They may be jockeying for that position, but they won't get it unless the person dies or decides they want to retire and get their pension. So anyway, that's the ordeal of the post office. I'm glad that I like doing the shea butter because I love shea butter, but the challenge is dealing with the attitudes around having to get your stuff out, and you want it done in a timely manner. So it really leaves a big question mark on when will I get my stuff when it's coming from here, or how soon will I receive it, or even how much will it cost? Because truthfully, for that one that I was ranting about, I had never shipped to Thailand. So that was my first time shipping, and it was just a little bit more than what it would cost to ship to America for that amount that he wanted. So that was a misstep. So I had to overcome the misstep by, just basically stating that I would not make up for that. There's no way possible for me to make up for that, because how would I know? I can just give you an estimate, and perhaps that's the word that was missing, an estimate. But I assumed that he would understand, because he too is in a place where Thailand, they full of shit too. They just make it look better, truthfully. They're also one of those countries where it's like everything is done in a bureaucratic way, and you could be there for a while. So I know because I used to live there. So anyway, postal service done for this week. All shipments are gone until next month. So sometimes I get the orders 2 weeks span. Like, for example, somebody might say this week, oh yeah, I need an extra 50 or whatever. But for the most part, they're all just ordering once a month. And if you come to Ghana, you can get shea butter anywhere. But how I do it is I go directly to the source, so then there's no extra money added on. So I do wholesale, so to speak, if you would. So but yeah, so if someone says this week they want it, and then the next week somebody else might say they want it, but I doubt it, because I have them on a timer, they have me on a timer, and we've been doing this for a while. So, and even when I leave Ghana, I also have a way to get them their stuff. So the thought process behind the shea butter, that's just one of the ways that I'm doing business, is that you export when the economy is weak. So Ghana's economy is very weak. Right now, I think $1 equals almost 4 US dollars. Let me say it again. $1 US equals almost 4 cedis. So basically, we be making it rain, or so it seems, when I give my children money for food, and it only costs me $1 to feed them per meal, depending on what they want, if it's local food. So, like I said, the economics states. The economics rule is that you export when the economy is bad. So, that's what I'm doing. I took a few looks around, and I was like, okay, which of these things can be done that's related to Ghana? Because I think Ghana has a lot to offer. It's just not marketed very well. So that's what I came up with. So now you know.